Hello everyone, welcome to another tutorial of Qt tips and tricks. Today I'm going to show you how to create your own custom widgets and add it to your layout. So for that, let's create a project and name it custom widgets. I'm going to use, as always, I'm going to use QMake, and I'm going to keep the class name as main window also. Add it to main GW as the build system, and let's get started. So here we have our default layout. I'm going to add a group box because you know how much I love them group boxes. Let's give the UI element a friendly name. Okay, so now just to see how it looks like right now, let's run it. Of course, in your Qt installation, running it using Control R might first ask you to build the system. There is an option where you get to choose if you want to build it always, and you can click on it. It makes running things a bit simpler. So here you can see this is just our basic UI with the custom widgets group box in the middle. So let's extend its size like so, and now I'm gonna create a custom widget. First, let's click add new, then Qt design form class. This is the one you're gonna want to use, and let's choose. Now for your custom widget, do not choose main window. That's not how it works. For your custom widget, I emphasize on using widget as your base class, not any one of these, because these will add some special abilities or like special properties which you might not want with your custom widgets. So, and about these are dialog boxes, and they have their own specific purpose, but for your custom widget you will always want to use this basic widget. So let's continue, and for it I'm going to name it custom. Very simple and very useful. Click yes to all. Okay, so this will be your custom widget, and it will appear just as you design it. So let's make it look a bit fancy. Let's give it a border. The green might not be a really good choice all the time, but I'm gonna use it anyway. And let's give it a background. I want to use this color for its background, and let's copy the hex. An interesting thing for colors, you can, of course, just like in CSS, you can use any format, RGB, hex. I haven't tried HSL, but I guess it will work also. All right, so now let's change our border color also and make it light. By the way, if you're wondering what I just used right now to get the color, I used Power Toys, Windows Power Toys. Hope this works, and I'm going to click on apply, and yes, it worked. Let's give it a border radius. 3px will be okay, or 5px, I guess. And did I make a mistake? Radius US? No, it doesn't. Okay, yeah, as you can see, our border radius has been applied. And now let's add a label, or before that we can to sometimes to apply the layout you need something inside it, because like layout needs to be applied to something. So now we are gonna, as you can see, the style sheets that you add in the parent object will be passed on to the child or the nested objects within them. So here the styling applied to QWidget has been applied to QLabel as well, because QLabel is a child of QWidget class. If you want to override this behavior, all you have to do, like copy these stylings applied in here and paste them, and doing this, just simply just make it 0 px and we'll just go away. See, it went away. Let's pick another color for the background. Let's pick another color. So we're gonna pick something that looks good. I'm sorry for taking too much time on in styling things, but this also goes in to show you how you can apply your own stylings to your widget. So hit apply, and there we go. Let's increase the radius to 20 px. Yeah, that's very rounded. All right, now let's make our make it to make it centrally aligned. You need to click each align each center, that's align height center, and now it's centrally aligned. I have made a type over here. Why do I do this? Anyway, so now you can also change the point size over here. It's right here is, you can see point size. There we go. And also you can change the font. Let's click something random here. Yeah, I hate that. Let's click Arial. Brilliant. Now we want to add this custom widget into our UI. For that, we will come to this main window class, and just as before, I'm going to add a function that's going to do it for us, because I don't like to do everything right away within the constructor. And also encapsulating actions, or like precursor actions which can take place right when you open your win application into a function, helps you control and also clear your code for much better understanding. So I'm going to name it init, and let's see if we can add member function init. That's right. Now we're just going to refactor this and add definition in main window.cpp. That was nice. Okay, now what I want to do is declare a object of our custom widget. So what I'm gonna do is, what's the name of our widget? Custom. So custom pointer. You can just directly declare an object, but for better memory management, I'm just gonna use pointers. And I'm gonna include it. Don't set the parent, that's not gonna be good. So now we just added a new custom widget now we just added a new custom widget object using a pointer. Let's include its header. Okay, now if you want to use this pointer over here, like if you want to set a parent to it, which is a good choice, because you want to set a parent because when delete is a parent layout, the object will also get deleted. But for now, we're just going to show you what happens when you use this pointer and do not set it within any layout. So let's declare a for loop over here and make it run for 5 times. Let's move this bit of code in the for loop here. Now let's just run it. As you can see, our 5 labels have been slapped into the layout of the main UI. This is because we didn't set it into within any specific layout, and it has been defaulted to this position, and all 5 of them have been stacked over each other. This is the default behavior of Qt. Now what we want to do is include QV box layout because I want to use vertical layout. Now let's add a QV box layout pointer, and within it we'll add a QV box layout using new, like so. Now what you want to do is, but it's also better if you use this pointer over here because the layout will also get apparent. Now what you want to do is you want to add all 5 of these objects into our QV box layout. So for that we're going to use layout, sorry for that, layout dot add widget cs, like so, and then UI custom container set layout. So if you run this, as you can see that our layout has been applied to our custom widgets group box, but you can see that our the styling which we gave, the border and border radiuses, they have not been applied properly. This is because we have stuffed our object into the available space. You can see our custom widget has also increased in its size, perhaps, or maybe not, doesn't matter. It has been squeezed into into this available space, and for that Qt decided to drop our available space within the custom widget, which was this space around the label, and it just kept the content of the label itself. So if you want to mm, clear things up, and if you want to view the border, all you have to do is reduce it, and here, as you can see, our custom widget now has its border and border radiuses applied properly while within a custom widgets group box. In this way, you can use some sort of file operations like reading from a file and other stuff to add as many of these custom widgets as you want into your layout. The basic is the same if you use say hbox. So I'm going to change this to hbox, and over here also, and let's see what happens. As you can see, Qt has tried to force our content to match, and for that our text has gotten clipped. There are also properties for that, like text clipping and things. You can visit them over here. If we come to the layout settings, you can see it has text clipping option. I can't find it right now, unfortunately. You'll just find it through any Google search, or maybe if you want, you might want to use ChatGPT. You can also, as a matter of fact, you can also have functions within your custom widget. For example, let's do something like this, set text. Mind you, there are built-in functions for this, so you need to be careful about your naming. Add member function. Let's go to the header and add a definition. Now what you want to do is UI dot label set text. As you can see, I just told you there are predefined functions which might match your name, so you might want to be careful about your function naming. Some text. So if you run it, it was there, just show you so you can see it clearly. Let's make it vertical again. As you can see, it has been changed, and furthermore you can also do something like this. Set text, you can like overload it, or if you're curious about as to how I'm doing this, all you need to do is hold control and click on your function. Let's prefer using QString. and add its header. And now let's add it. And over here in our main window, what we want to do is cs dot, maybe it's we made it private. Yeah, it's private, so let's make it public. Here you can see the function has appeared already. Let's make it tutorials. We made it appears that we made some mistake. So as you can see, set text this doesn't exist anymore, because, well, it doesn't exist anymore. It does, but anyway, it doesn't have a function definition. That's what it is. Now if you run this, see, tutorial. Since we call this set text function and also supplied with it a string tutorial, the set text function set our text for us and it's tutorial now. See, so like this you can create your own custom widgets, add functions to it, add more behaviors. There's a lot more you can do to it. Like if you can, you can go ahead and add a push button into it. Where is a push button? You can add in a push button into it. And then let's say go to slot. Wait, before that let's rename it the button. So let's go to its slot and let's change it to default text. So now when we run it, as you can see, again we have suffocated the area and Qt has decided to drop our border. And so when we click these buttons, it becomes default text. Also, another thing about styling, if you want to apply hovering elements or hovering properties to the UI, you need to do is go to style sheet and q push button. Now if you run this, see, it changes to black. So in this way you can make your own custom widgets, add functions and a lot more functionalities, call objects, call functions from within your primary window or main window, and apply your own things. So that's it for today, and we'll see you in the next tutorial.